Hello, my name's Lee Tepley, and I'm the guy that did the video that you're about to look at. It's about 7 minutes long, consists of about 8 or 9 different types of dolphins filmed in many different parts of the world over many years. And you're looking at now is a still shot of Pacific spotted dolphins. They very often come right up and look at the camera. The purpose of this is to get some of you people to go to my website and see some of the other stuff that I have done. Here we go. And we're starting off here with a group of bottlenose dolphins, and I have lots of shots of bottlenose dolphins on 16mm film and videotape, and this was done on mini DV. And we put this in slow motion. This is the only time I've seen this many dolphins, this many bottlenose come by me and stay right next to the camera. Kind of thought it was interesting to do this in slow motion. And the whole purpose of this 7 minutes that you're going to be looking at will be to maybe attract a few people to go to my website, my stock footage website, where a lot of different types of marine mammals are and other creatures are available here. And here are a few more shots of just single bottlenose dolphin. This is with a lady photographer, a friend of mine, who trying to get close to the dolphin, was moderately curious but a little bit timid. And there were a few dolphins here, but not very many. He come up to my camera and then go back to the lady. And she was a lot prettier than I am. And now we're on Pacific spotted dolphins again. These are the animals you had in the introduction. They have a white nose, which looks kind of like a ping pong ball, and you can see spots on the top of their back. And these animals used to be very, very common in Hawaiian waters. I don't think they're very common at all. We very seldom see them, and I think they've been thinned out quite a bit by offshore fishing. Frequently these animals will go fairly far out to sea at night for feeding, and I just don't find nearly as many of them as I used to. The characteristic of these animals used to be that they would come right up and stare into the camera, and you'll see that happening fairly often here. They often swim in groups that coordinate. Sometimes they make noises underwater. And here are 4 of them coming right up to me and opening their mouths and probably making sounds, but I don't really have those on tape. So there's quite a bit of material on the spotted dolphins. It's because they used to be very, very common, and I just got an awful lot of material on these animals. This is a very informal narration that's pretty obvious. And there'll also probably be some background music on this, unless it sounds so bad that I decide to remove it. It's a classical composition. I have no idea the name of it. Here we're going to a different type of animal now. This is a rough-toothed dolphin. Fishermen often call them stenos, which is probably short for their biological name. And these animals are found in Hawaiian waters, but they're not really local to Hawaii. They're supposedly a deep ocean animal, and they sometimes come in fairly close to shore. And these animals were taken about 5.5 miles out to sea at a fishing buoy, which you can see there. And they have a reputation of taking bait off of fishermen's poles. Fishermen tend to dislike them intensely. And this is a rather dramatic and sickening sequence here of a dolphin. I think it's a spinner, and its tail was cut off. And at the time, it was swimming we filmed this, I held a camera over the side of my boat, and we're fairly close to a bunch of fishing boats, and I suspect that this animal got caught in a prop. And this sort of attracts sharks, and here is a small mako shark swimming by. And I didn't want to, I think we'll come back and take a chunk out of the dolphin later, but my boat and other boats were close by. I could have taken a chunk out of my hand too. Here we're looking at spinner dolphins, which are very, very common in Hawaiian waters, and they fairly often will jump out of the water. Shot taken near sunset. This is one of my favorite shots, coming up of a spinner jumping out of the water just near sunset. And here are a few shots of spinners spinning. That's what they do, and that's why they call them spinner dolphins. Here we're down in the Sea of Cortez, and these are often referred to as common dolphins. The water was very, very dirty. I wasn't able to get any underwater shots, and this is, I think, the only time I've really seen common dolphins. Although they're supposedly pretty common, but this is in the Sea of Cortez. And I might repeat here, I've got lots more dolphin shots that never got it onto videotape. And what we're looking at here, it's the first time, this was done many years ago too, it's the first time a white-beaked dolphin was ever filmed. And this was done in Canadian waters, up getting fairly close to Labrador. And the water was cold and the water was pretty turbid. And that's why it has this sort of background. And these animals undoubtedly had never seen humans before. They were extremely curious, and they hung around me for a very, very long period of time. Filming conditions were certainly not the best. No. And about this time I will probably throw in another reference to get to my website if you would like to go there. We're getting moderately close to the end of this. It's going to be about 8 minutes total. And white-beaked dolphins, first time ever filmed about 20 years ago. Don't think they've been filmed very often since either. And finally, these are Atlantic spotted dolphins. Some jumping shots. This is also in the northern waters, and coming up now is the end of the tape, ending with a pygmy killer whale, which you might call a rather large dolphin or a very small whale. Kind of a dramatic shot. I got lots of great shots of these animals. That's the end of the tape. Thank you.